House hacking, what is the rage all about? Well, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to be covering a strategy that can have you living for free and making you money. What's up, clever investors? Cody Sperber here, and in today's training video, we're going to be talking about house hacking and some of the top ways for you to get into this hot investment strategy. Now, I truly believe that house hacking is going to change the game for a lot of you. But before we get started here, remember to hit that bell to turn on those post notifications so you can get alerted whenever I drop fresh content. Now, let's talk house hacking. If you're not familiar with the term house hacking, it's essentially purchasing a rental property like a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, and then living in one of the units while renting out the other units. And you can also do it where you live in one bedroom and you rent out your other bedrooms. This is going to allow you to decrease your living expenses to very low numbers and sometimes even zero. Yes, house hacking could potentially have you living mortgage free. Now, obviously, this would be a game changer, and with the explosion of technology in the real estate market, it has never been easier to find tenants to rent out properties to. Now, everybody's renting right now due to the economic times, and while I'm no economist, I'm pretty sure that means more money in your pocket as a landlord. So let's jump into some of the advantages of house hacking. In my opinion, there are three clear advantages to house hacking. Number one is the additional cash flow. Number two is flexible lending options, and number three are the tax benefits. Let's just talk about cash flow for a second. If you're just beginning your journey into real estate and real estate investing, you need to understand that cash flow is king. Let's just assume something for a second. Let's assume that you're going to be purchasing a triplex in your local market, and the property is going to cost you around $300,000 to acquire, and your mortgage payment is going to be like, I don't know, $1,500 a month, something like that. If you were going to hack this property, that means that you would need to rent out the other two units and live in one of the units. Now, let's also assume that the other two units will rent out for like $1,250 each. This is going to give you an additional $2,500 a month to put towards your mortgage. All right, so if you're doing the math properly, your gross income on your home is $1,000 per month. Now, after you account for taxes and insurance and maintenance, you can easily see an additional $300 to $400 per month. This money can go towards paying down your principal on your mortgage, or can literally go right into your pockets. Now, house hacking essentially unlocks your ability to earn even more income on a monthly basis, and it eliminates your biggest expenses. Now, when it comes to lending, you're going to have a few creative options, but the best option, in my opinion, is financing the property through an FHA loan. Now, the reason I like an FHA loan is because you only have to put down 3.5% as a down payment. And obviously, you're going to want to have additional funds available for closing costs and potential renovation costs, but the more funds that you have available to actually put into the property, the more you're going to be able to charge on rent to your tenants on the back end. Plus, the more you put into the property, the more potential appreciation that you're going to be able to recognize on the property in the long run. Now, some FHA loans, they do have pre-qualifications. For example, you have to live in the property for at least 12 months. All right, that's a requirement. And remember, though, this is a good thing for us. We're hacking this property. We want to live in it. All right, they also have some limitations depending on where you live, so make sure you check out what those limitations are. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Down below this video, I'm going to put a link so you can check out what qualifications are for you in your particular area. Now, let's get into the last benefit that I believe is the best one, which is the tax benefit section. All right, I'm no accountant, but I do pay some accountants a decent amount of money, and this is what I know to be true. Expenses that are for your personal residence, like insurance and repairs and utilities and HOA fees, these expenses are not tax deductible, but these expenses are allowable deductions when it's a rental property. And since you are a clever investor, you now can qualify for these awesome tax deductions. Now, the only caveat to this is probably going to need to hire a really good CPA that understands real estate, and you're going to have to keep absolutely detailed records in all of your receipts. Super important, because if you don't keep records, then you're going to be potentially missing out on some awesome tax deductions that could be decreasing your overall taxable income. And you don't want to miss out on this stuff. That's the whole reason we got into real estate, and this is how we build wealth. Now, outside of these deductions, you can also recognize depreciation on the property, which in most cases can actually be greater than your net rental income. All right, here's a quick example of how this works, so you could just follow along with my thinking. Let's say you went out and you bought that triplex, and it's bringing in gross rental income of $30,000. All right, that's over the entire year. It's bringing in 30 G's. Now let's just say that your expenses on the property for the year equal $20,000, and that's going to leave you with $10,000 in net income or cash flow for the year. Now let's just assume that your savvy CPA tells you that you can recognize $12,500 of depreciation on the property. What does this mean? Now this means that your $10,000 in cash flow is now $10,000 of tax-free money, which is the best kind of money in my opinion, thanks to depreciation. Not only did you just make $10,000 tax-free, you're actually going to report a tax loss for the year on the rest of that income, which is amazing. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not an accountant or a CPA, so before you do a deal, it's important that you do your homework and you consult with the CPA on the tax ramifications of owning real estate and house hacking, just so you get a clear understanding for yourself. All right, so we talked about what I think the advantages are. Now I want to talk briefly and list out some of the most popular ways you can house hack. All right, number one is just the old school method, which is you going out, buying a multifamily property like a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex, living in one of the units and renting out the others. Number two is renting by the room. Essentially, this strategy involves purchasing a really large single-family home, renting out the other rooms. This strategy is one of the more lucrative strategies out there, as it allows you to take advantage of a multitude of financing options. Number three is the luxury house hack. Now, I haven't done this one yet. I've done the other two, but this one I haven't done yet. This is, requires you having a lot of money because you got to go out there and purchase very expensive property that normally has an additional dwelling unit. You live in one of the units and you rent out the other one. And the reason it's called luxury is because, a lot of times really big luxury properties have multiple units on the same property sometimes. So, yeah. Number four is living in your living room, which is kind of a weird concept. But if you can actually, it's kind of extreme, but if you can pull this together, in some real estate markets, it's not that uncommon to live in your living room. All right, essentially, you'll be living there in the living room and renting out the rest of your house. This obviously comes with a huge sacrifice, but if you have the stomach for it, I say go right ahead. Now, my personal recommendation would be to either purchase a multifamily property or do the rent by room, angle. Both of these strategies allow you to take advantage of the FHA loans that are out there and have more money available to actually put into the properties, which will increase the amount of cash eventually going into your pocket. All right, what do you guys think? That's all I have for you in today's training video. Please tell me what you think down below about house hacking in the comments section. And if any of you guys have actually had any real life experience with house hacking, please share your thoughts with the rest of us. I'd love to hear how you're taking advantage of this amazing investment opportunity. All right, listen guys, if you like this training, this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, if you want to go deeper and you want to create more wealth, more joy, more freedom through real estate investing, I have an opportunity I want to share with you. Down below in the pinned comment section is going to be a link to learning more about my 30-day deal challenge. It's another free training video where I explain to you how you can go and take the 30-day deal challenge and get your hands on 3 of my best-selling courses absolutely free. So click the link down below to learn more, and we can spend more time going a lot deeper on no money down real estate investing, otherwise known as wholesaling. All right? If you found value in this, also do me one more favor and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can join other like-minded clever investors just like us on the road to financial freedom. I'm Cody Sperber, the Clever Investor, signing off for now. Until next time, take care, comb your hair, Sperber out.